Okay, I'm in earlier than I thought. I thought I'd be off for like an hour. How are you guys doing? How are we doing? So Jeshurun drew his game. So he's on 2 points, 1 win. Sorry, he's on 1 point. What was I saying? No, wait, he's on this round 4, right? Yeah, so he's on 2 points. 1 win, 2 draws, 1 loss, right? Yeah. No, wait, he's on 1 point. Yeah, because he won 2, he drew 2, lost 1. This is round 4. Yeah. How are we all doing? Welcome to the stream. So like I said, as always, we start from the Ghanaian perspective, then we move on to the other stuff. Oh boy. I played like 1 or 2 games just to see if I can get my mind back. I did win, but we'll get into that. So e4, c5, we are getting a Sicilian, d6, so a knight off, yeah. Knight jumps back, d3. Huh. This is I've not made this move order that well, because often you want to like try and play a6, if I recall. Okay, but I mean all that black is playing is what I recall. Sorry, it's white's moves that are a bit like different from me. I've not really seen this specific move order. And again, this whole f3 g4, oh boy, ideas are very like well known. But since she has castled, I don't know if it's still playable. Because what I think is that mostly the castle queen side, if they are going for this idea. Maybe, I don't know. Knight c3, knight to b4. Knight d5. Which one do you want to trade? I mean, personally, I wouldn't want to trade for this. But I mean, there's some plausibility. Like this bishop is not going to be bad forever. Especially with this f4 idea that has been played throughout the games today. Oh, he trades out the bishop. Is he going for that whole idea that we spoke about recently? The lock. Oh, why do I suddenly have a code? The locked center means that the knights are better than the bishops. So if you recall that whole conversation we had, this should be slightly better for black. But again, this still does facilitate this, right? The whole f4 push could be plausible, but you have to be careful about this exactly. Castle's kingside, bishop to e3, and now you can play f4. Now there's no easy way for your opponent to counter. Taking the bishop, I still don't support that idea, but maybe you might have to bite the bullet at some point. Yeah. So again, just because it's a rule of thumb doesn't mean you have to stick to it. If you've understood everything so far, you should understand the position more than just keeping it as a rule in your head. I mean, since this specific diagonal is blocked, don't we have ideas of like knight h5 f5, knight h5 f5, f4, and even if you do take, okay, I'll think about that a little bit more. So maybe like queen up or something. Okay, but this is the current position with h3. So maybe like queen here, unless of course there's some other idea that he has. Of course, with queen here, you have to be a little bit careful, but because this knight exists, there's no real threat. So like queen to d3, queen to d7, knight here. Again, I'm not so sure about this idea. I mean, if you play this, your opponent could play this. So I think playing queen first kind of prevents that whole idea. And then we have like f5. What other plausible ideas are there? Going for a queenside play may not be plausible. May not be good. I think with all, like, he plays queen to d7, but I think in all regards, even if you want to do anything, queen, that's what I wanted to say, was that the queen move is what you definitely want to play. You could try and go for some queenside pressure. Again, I don't think that's a good idea to go for. If you could even put it here, I still don't think it's a good idea to go for. My mind is kind of like stuck to the king side, but I just feel like this idea might be a tad bit slow. Where is this code coming from? I don't get it. I was fine before I started the stream, and I sneezed and then that's it. What are the plausible ideas here? A second. Oh my. Nope. Okay. What's going on? Okay. Okay, so I've been thinking about white's ideas, but what about black trying this? In the meantime, this knight doesn't have any like good ideas. You could try coming in here for black. There's no light squared bishop to trade off, so it's a long maneuver, but it just might work, right? So that could be an idea. But I think you want to be careful how you do it. So maybe like, oh, he goes for f4 immediately. Okay. This creates like takes here, bishop back or bishop here, and then you have a target here. But as you can see, it takes so many moves to take advantage of it, so it's not really the best idea you can go for. You also don't want to, I think you would have to take, because you also don't want your opponent to play this move and lock the position. It may not be a good idea to allow it. I was thinking he would go for this, but it's like, again, it's a long-winded plan. It gives you some advantage and may cause your opponent to weaken his position, but it takes too long. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's time, 4 moves, right? Whereas this one is much quicker. Black doesn't seem to have any immediate aggressive ideas, so all this makes sense. And now for our shadowed programming, h6. Completely fine with a move like h6. That's strange. But e takes f4 is the best one. Okay. But like, I thought I didn't agree with me on this, because I feel like if yes, you could play this move, but this pawn push is quite annoying. If you are playing as black. Okay. Next is Jeshron. Jeshron has been doing so well. Like, he's performing out of his mind. And I shouldn't have turned on the engine because now he's in a bad position. Oh boy. Okay. So we had e4. His opponent plays the French. He plays the advanced French. Okay. So his opponent played the advanced French, and now we have this position. So is it that Jeshron played a bad because like the moment I see like bishop here, I was like, there's a problem somewhere. So what was his exact mistake in this opening? After castles, he should have taken. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's turn this off. Bishop takes b4, bishop f8. Why bishop f8? Why bishop f8? Why didn't you just come here so that you can... Ah, wait, and that makes sense, yeah. Bishop f8 so that he can play this move and then he can develop his knight rather here. Yeah. You can see how long it's taking him to develop his pieces. And this is the position we are in. So if you use the same principles we used, you can see that based on understanding of chess positions or the elements of chess position, white is definitely better here. On the same basis of space and piece quality, with the addition of king safety, right? In the other one, king safety was not a problem, but here king safety is a problem for black, but not a problem for white. And the key idea that's going on here is c4. c4 is a very dangerous idea. So he might have to play bishop takes. That removes one defender. Of course, one of the problems is that this is a rook, right? So if the rook is on the same file as the queen, regardless of how many pieces are in between, you have to let that queen flee, right? So you have to be careful of this. How can gesture make any headway? I don't know how good of a move this is, but you can start off with this. It may force your opponent to play this move, but then it still allows pawn push. I was looking at this because maybe we could come in here, but it still doesn't work because now pawn push still exists. So it's between this and that, right? But then this just allows this, right? Could be. Very difficult. You could also try and close things off with this. But then again, c4 is still an option. c4 kind of weakens this pawn structure. Whether you take or your opponent takes, it weakens the structure. Doesn't stop c4. It doesn't stop c4. But what's he going for? This still doesn't do anything. I think of a way he can come in here. He needs a knight here. I think c4 is still the play regardless, right? Yeah, c4 is stopping g move. c4 is just the play here. So I think that this move is bad. Again, it's not just about the fact that the rook is on the same file as the queen, but the fact that you can continuously weaken your opponent's king side or where your opponent is. That way you can enforce more attacks. So like c4 like this, if I take and you take back, you begin to see that this king is becoming exposed, right? So it's more than just my king is in your position. Okay. Let's see. For if I mean, it makes perfect sense. This also is not a good idea. It's hanging, and for example, your opponent can go. No, that doesn't work. I've also been looking at this whole idea, which seems quite nice. Everything just opens an attacking position. That's basically it. Everything just opens an attacking position. And Kennedy won his game as well. Now he plays this. Oh, so he wants to capture with the knight? Interesting. That doesn't solve much, does it? Can we, like, for example, go takes, knight takes, and then we jump our knight in here? Does that work for us? Yeah. Again, like I said, regardless, the pawn is just taking, and you are getting weaker. This doesn't work now. Oh, okay. Give me a second. Let us continue. Sorry about that once again. Okay, so he did go for this idea, but this I did not see. He did go for this idea, but this I did not see. So he went with the knight. Opponent jumps this way. Basically, he's adding extra defense here. But don't forget that the whole thing is, for example, if I come in here, right, it's a fork. Takes. You can definitely take with whatever, but there's a problem, right? So I was wondering what would happen here. You could hear me. You're kidding. I didn't say anything bad, but I'm just like, how did you hear me? Because it was muted. Berta, how you doing? It's been a while. Yeah, it has been a while. I haven't streamed in a long while. Look, Hugh, you're lying. Hugh, you're lying. I saw myself mute and unmute. That's crazy if you heard it. That's crazy. Or did I mute the wrong thing? Nah, Hugh is lying. Of course, I didn't say anything, but yeah, Hugh is lying. Don't scare me like that, Hugh. I saw myself mute. Don't try it. Yeah, so I don't know about this move. This move I don't get. Okay, not like I don't get, but I thought there was something you could do much more immediately to stress out your opponent. I'm just praying I never make that mistake. You know that mistake that streamers make, leaving the stream on, streaming, coming live by mistake. All those mistakes, I don't want to make them. So I've never been overconfident with my streaming, right? You are kidding? Yeah, I knew it. Or does he want your opponent to castle and then he's gonna go like that? Again, this is problems. Then again, this is also problems. I don't know. Hugh thought he could trick me. I saw myself mute. You can't try that on me, Hugh. I don't know. Bishop e4 seems slow. That's my problem with it. I thought he could go for a much more killer blow, but he didn't. So let's see. Is knight? Yeah, knight d6 check is better. Bishop e4 is good. I never said it was bad, but I thought it was slower than this one. Where is this code coming from? It's really annoying me. Okay. Like there's so much wrong with black's position, right? Yeah, it's not all it's not a Nigerian. Like the point is, it's being played in Nigeria, right? So often, whichever host country is playing, I think as with every other sport, maybe except football or some other stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Those indigenous to the country are going to play a lot more because when it was played in Ghana, it was mostly Ghanaians, right? So yeah, a lot more Nigerians, because it's being played in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria. He's castle. So now this is, I mean, still effective, but I don't think it's as powerful as it would have been. Again, you can win a pawn here, and this pawn becomes an issue. All that is fine. But yeah, I'll need ideas. I do have like I do have emotes, but I don't know. Give me a second. I do have, let me check my, what are my emotes? My emotes are quite bad, aren't they? So first off, we have the what's this? I pressed it. I was trying to check. Like, I don't see it coming. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to post the emotes, but it's not showing the way I want it to show. Oh well, that sucks. I'm gonna show you guys the emotes I have, but unless maybe I don't know why. Let me switch this one and see if it changes anything. Ah, sucks. Okay, I have 3 emotes. One is like out of book. One is about the London system, and the other one is about what? I don't remember. Anyways, I don't remember what that one was supposed to represent, but it's fine. So queen to d2. Oh, okay. So he's going for that idea. If I'm perceiving, like, viewing the whole position correctly, right? Let's allow black to make mistakes. Black's supposed to see this, but let's allow black to make mistakes. And the whole idea here is let us, even this is even bad. Even this is bad, right? The whole point is this: if we jump in with our knight and our opponent obliges, and he takes and queen takes, then we just jump in here, right? And this doesn't work. That's the whole point. I think that's the whole point of queen d2. Again, I still think it's slow. I still think it's slow. Yeah, but oh, okay. Now that we are done with Ghana, we are starting from the top. We are starting from the top. Okay, sorry. Oh, he plays exactly like me. I think the engine sometimes recommends this, which is funny. But anyways, that's fine. Not really a London system, so unfortunately I can't be happy about that. This is quick. Okay. This is quick. Rook ad1. I don't know an easy way of piling up pressure on this guy. b4 could come in. For example, rook ad1, b4. Bishop goes to d e2, and we play the position from there. That's the best I can see. That's the best I could see. Ah, still doesn't work. Still doesn't work. This still doesn't work. Still doesn't work. It's easy for me to see what black is going to do, but white, I can't tell. I mean, this is just a standard good move. Like, it's just a very good move. It's just an okay move. There's nothing big about it. Oh, wait. Rather than the open file, what about the semi-open file? And the point being, let's say we come in here, b4, here, our opponent castles. We have these ideas, right? We have these ideas. Again, if you're wondering, there's a pin. so you can't just willy-nilly just attack it, right? It may not be a best move. I'm just looking at possibilities. So maybe you want to do it this way rather than go this way, and then this rook has no place in the game. So rook AC1 and then rook FD1 seems like a way to go. That's what the engine thinks. Okay, it's between rook FD1 and then queen C2. Sorry, rook A to D1, which I did not like that much. But rook FD1 or rook AD1, I would much prefer rook FD1 so that rook AC1 is also possible. This might, I think this puts this other rook out of the game. So yes, I'm here disagreeing with the engine. It's plausible, you can disagree. It is right, but you can disagree. Yeah. So I think these are the proper placements. Black is definitely going to castle. I think any delay by black here is not going to make any sense. So rook AC1, rook AD1, rook FD1, all will result in castles. I would be shocked in... Okay, wait, sorry. I said this, but yeah. They would all result in something. Again, your opponent doesn't even have to play B4. But the way I'm making it sound like B4 is like something you should play, but it's not something that you have to play. Okay. Next game, we have another Sicilian. A3 is called... I forgot what A3 is called. I just know what the A3 was called. I know D6 is knight off. A3 as well. Okay, this looks like a open Sicilian. But with D6, we could transpose. We could get a dragon from this. D4. What is this one called? Forgive me, I don't remember the names. Queen to D3, knight BD7. And yeah. So I think we get a dragon if we get G6. But I think the plan is going to be this. I think there are some positions where you'd want to play the knight here. I think that's the current idea of this move to come in here. Other than that. Oh boy. I'm wearing a sweater for God's sake. How did I get cold? Maybe I'm allergic to good moves. He plays F3. Okay. That's nice. I don't think this F3 move is for the same idea as the knight off, though I think it could be played. I'm not so sure, but yeah. So F3, do we get G6? Do we get bishop to G7? Bishop to B7? Or do we get queen to C7? Queen to C7. Oh yeah. Oh, I did mention. You know, I forgot that white played this. Yeah, so like I did mention that the knight would definitely come in for this whole idea. And white allowed that. I don't know if white was okay. No, he's 2100. He 2200. He's aware of it. So he allowed this bishop to be taken. Interesting. Whew. So what's the game plan here? But I don't know if you want to go share or share. I mean, all these three are valid, sure, right? all these are valid. But this, I mean, some of them are just more worse than the others. But did he really want to lose it? Doesn't make much sense. I'm liking Queen D1 because you have like this. No, actually that's not a good move. Knight you just take back in the knight. Or you could take this way and open up this weakness. Or could be fine. Let's go this way. I don't see anything much in that position. Oh, okay. Oh, so that's how they do that. Oh, okay. That would be nice. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the game. We have another English. Takes. Okay. 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 You know, me and my amateur brain would have been like, oh, we have targets. I'm like, I don't like, how do they accept such things? Like, there are sometimes I would accept it, but this just looks ridiculous. You know? This just looks ridiculous. I probably would trade queens here because I don't know. It says develop the bishop. I mean, yes, doing this. Where you are? Doing this, like maybe if your opponent is, you can solidify your position. I still don't know about it. The rook to c1. We're probably going to get this to keep putting pressure here. And if possible, in some lines, if the queen is not captured, the queen is going to come in here and add. Okay. So rook a d1. Rook to c2. Rook c2, rook a c1. I mean, you could go rook c3. That way, if this ever happens, sorry, if this takes ever happens, you can take this way. But it doesn't look like white has any plans to stop that. Okay. What the heck? Oladapo versus Ferdinand. Knight f3, e6, g3. Still English type lines I've seen here. Okay. Oh, isn't this the King's Indian attack? I recall when I was learning in the beginning, there was this game, I think by Bobby Fischer or something, where this position was played. I don't remember it very well. It was quite long ago, like almost 6 years ago. Oh boy. Okay. King's the knight. Knight goes back, defending. Just quickly skimming through the games. He's more scared of the bishop. Ah, yes, it's true. Yeah, that's actually, yeah. If you play this first, then you get hit with this, and that's a problem. Yeah. It, yeah, isn't that just a pawn? What am I missing? That doesn't make any sense. Is it part of the opening? Like some things are just part of the opening, like sacrificing the pawn. But here it doesn't look well. Yeah, I just come back, right? Wait, no. Wait, what do I do after this? I guess we play b3. And that will force our opponent to make a decision, right? Because here I don't see an escape route, because here is just lost. And here is also just lost. So here I think you just play this. Because now the bishop has no escape squares, except maybe like here. In which case you capture back. So maybe... Oh, this is plausible. But I still think that white should be fine at this point. Why do I keep forgetting things? Like, I saw the rook attack and I was just suddenly for. I don't know why I'm not seeing the things I should be seeing. Like, I did see the whole rook thing, but all of a sudden, once I'm calculating, I just suddenly forget that this is a move. So rook to d6. But now this is actually an open move, yeah? Or you can even play b4, b3 now. Oh boy. I wonder if the point of bringing the rook there is so that if like this happens, I don't know if he would really want to capture back with the rook. I think he would want to keep control over this file, but if that was the case, that could also. Or maybe he could be trying this again, because like if this happens, coming this way, takes, and now like you win this, but then you force your opponent to kind of like make a defensive maneuver there. F4. No, not a good move. Yeah, b3 is the best move here. b3 is the best move here. Balogun, Oluwafemi, Daniel. Oh, I jumped to the engine immediately. Okay, this I think is the open Sicilian. I don't often see this line. And just like that, black is better. How did we get here? His opponent is a candidate master, for God's sakes. I was like, oh, white is having the advantage now. Then all of a sudden he goes d5. Bishop takes, pawn takes. Then his opponent plays a4, which was probably the wrong move. But now he plays f5. Plays bishop to d3. Queen to b6, preventing castles. queen to d2, pawn takes, and then rook, pinning the bishop to the pawn. He goes takes, bishop takes, and then comes in with check. Bishop defends, takes, and then knight jumps in, but still defending the pawn on the e5 square. Material is even, but this is this is a central, this is a pass pawn, vector pass pawn. And I think the whole point is that because of how open the position is, the rooks and the queen will have a very, will have a field day attacking this king, since he can't castle because of the presence of the queen. So king e2 is a means by which he can connect his rooks and hopefully manual castle. But here black has, I think, knight to g4, f4, sorry, which I think is crucial in doing this attack. What is this? So let's see. Oh, the knight can't move because it's absolutely pinned to the king. This would have been a nice move. It doesn't exist. So if you do play this move, it's possible. But I'm thinking that time we go like rook here. Or maybe what, rook here, with the idea of playing this. That is a long name. Okay, so we take it one at a time. Nabucodonosor-sism. Sorsissimo. Nabucodonosor-sorsissimo. Or Sorsissimo. Sorsissimo, right? I'm cheering for Ghana, any Ghanaian player, right? It's not teams, but I'm cheering for any Ghanaian player. That was perfect. Nice. I tried. Yeah. But I'm rooting for Ghana. That's Bernard Anhuere and Jeshron. Those two are killing it. But it's round 4. We are still trying to find something a little, as the British would say, knackered. But so far so good. I mean, from the Ghanaian side, so far so good. It's not been terrible. One player has 2 points, 2 wins, 1 loss. And then the other player has just 1 point, 2 draws, one loss, and he's about to lose this one as well. So yeah. The reason I'm saying decent is because I mean he's overperforming himself. Yeah, it's an individual tournament, so I'm just supporting all the Ghanaian players. But here, black has a lot of like attacking resources. I wonder if he's actually going to do this and then bring the knight in at some point. I mean, if I see this, maybe I might have to go this way, which is even worse, right? Okay, another Sicilian. What is with the Sicilians? Like, it's like what, 17 Sicilians? What was going on? Everybody's playing the Sicilian. It's like a Sicilian bargain sale. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, but this game is actually going to be fiery. We have attacks on both sides of the board. Black is attacking with the pieces while white's attacking with the pawns. So maybe we're going to get like g4, g5. But I don't think, I mean, this is not the main idea. I think, yeah, let's just see. I mean, you can also go like g4, f5, try and like break open things over here. And that's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, so we have g4. Okay, g4 was played. Yeah. So obviously, black is going to respond to this threat first. If he doesn't, that'll be amazing. But maybe like bishop to g7, I guess, or bishop to h8, f8. Then we either get this move. There isn't this move kind of like, for example, if we get this move seems to like lock the position, because now after knight here you can't really make that much progress, I think, unless you maybe I go f4. But I think that black is in time to stop it or to solve it. But is there per chance something else he can do? f4. Yeah. I mean, you can't play it now, but yeah. I'm wondering about like if his opponent plays this move, what he does here. If instead of responding to this, he plays this, I wonder what happens there. I mean, you could do this, and if there's this, and you've really opened more lines, the queen goes or whatever, you can still capture one. I don't know. It looks like black may have a quicker attack than white. Again, I could be wrong about this thing. The timing is also not so key. Yeah, it says it recommended one of my moves and then it changed its mind. It says knight b4. And then bishop to g7. These are the two moves. Oh boy. Oh, this is Kennedy's game. Oh, okay. Kennedy's playing white. That's nice. I didn't look at the names of the players. Okay, so it's nice. Kennedy's having a good position as well. Yeah, lots of definitely. I think because of this whole b4 move, I'm kind of liking white, but I don't know. b4 seems to be a very annoying move, but the engine seems to not like b4 as much as like its third best option. I'm wondering. But this move, like the best I see about this move, let's say again, if our opponent plays this, it's this, and then here. And that's about it. Everything ends from that point. I don't see any other thing from here. 9 rounds. This round 4. So 2 rounds. It was supposed to run 1 round a day, but it seems they agreed on 2 rounds a day. I'm sure they did that at the technical meeting, because on the brochure it was 1 round a day. But if the technical meeting they agreed to 2 rounds a day, that's completely fine. Yeah, I mean the Fianchetto, it does have this long term idea of supporting a plausible attack here, but at this point it's basically to avoid the fork. And now I'm looking at like allowing the fork, you know, the counterintuitive move here. I'm trying to allow the fork, see if there's a way we can like counter attack our opponent, so that if he does go for the fork, it's more detrimental for him than for us. That's kind of like where I'm looking at. Kind of wondering. The other knight b4, bishop g7, or b4. Oh, definitely. I mean, these guys are 2000s. You have to consider every option. I don't think everyone is bad, but the question is like, which one leaves you with the most possibilities? That's the question I think he's asking. What gives me the most possibilities? I don't know if I could show like a game. Oftentimes when I say that I will show something and I forget, it's simply because like I do forget. Like I wanted to show something. I was re-watching the stream as I was like doing stuff, and I realized I said that I would show something I never did. I often do forget, like the more I look at these things. Like I would have shown an idea, like this whole idea of counter-attacking instead of defending. This is more passive, but it hides a secret attack, and this is more direct. So which one do you want to go for? The problem with also b4 is that it breaks away this whole possibility of sacrificing. So maybe that's another idea you don't want to like. Yeah. But with the like, I feel like even though I think black has a more immediate pressure, white is going to quickly start steamrolling with how the position seems to be going. And just in case, yes, I do realize this. I'm just giving an idea. For example, if we get I'm just trying to demonstrate something like this. Okay, maybe I spent so much time here. He has really been thinking about g4 for quite a while now. Let's look at Tennyson. Hey, Tennyson. Like Ben 10. Okay. This game is interesting. Immediately I see like, whose turn is it? Black? Huh. Bishop takes, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes a2, h2, sorry. Maybe he doesn't want that. He does go for yeah, I am thinking that he's not going to do it. So the point is rook takes, pawn takes bishop. So rook takes c1, e takes d4, and then h4. Nope, not at all. Definitely not. White seems to be highly underrated. He's playing against an opponent who should be much more skilled than him. But I mean, black has, I think, more of a potential. He doesn't take with the pawn. I was looking at pawn takes because this move kind of like forces your opponent to deal with this. And with this move, you can continuously push this pawn and create more problems. Of course, the alignment is wrong. The rook should be behind the passed pawn. But this gives your opponent something to think about, which is kind of like why I wanted this. Again, this move to try and bring the king in, I think is stopped by this, because now the king can't interfere. So that's kind of like what I was looking at. But I plays rook takes, which again, it does give your opponent this, but the pawn is like one move behind. And maybe he feels that's better. I don't think it's completely bad. Let's just see what the engine have expected here. Yeah, the engine prefers e takes, but they are both like it's just a 0.1. Nope, it's now more of a significant difference. But again, still, black is still slightly better. If he played e takes, that's like a minus 1.4. But with what he played is a minus 9, minus 0.9. Yeah. But it's completely fine. I don't think it's wrong. His opponent plays king b1. Maybe he wanted this so that, like, for example, something like this, and he can sort of connect them. Or maybe that the king is closer to the defense so the king can watch over the whole stuff. It could be. I mean. And we could also try something like this. Force this. Okay, then I might already might get my idea on the get goes wrong. I'm gonna go to the urinal. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm not switching scenes. I'm leaving the board open. I'll be right back. Okay. The problem of taking with a pawn is that you isolate it. Yeah, I see that. I do see that. But when you look at the position, like this, for example, I think it says h4 is the better option. This is something that takes your opponent's attention, and it's going to be an attention grabber for a very long time. And in that period, you can create threats here and stuff like that. So it's much more scary here than it is over here, right? But I mean, it's not wrong. Every move has its pros and cons. Wait, rook c6, what? I guess the point here is that if a5, then we have rook to c5. What is this? Oh, if the rooks are traded off, black is winning. There's no way he's going to trade off. If the rooks are traded off, black is winning. And I'm trying to foresee. I'm foreseeing this. Oh boy. It says he should go for the active play, which is fine. Rook c5, I think, is the worst of the two. So that means black was winning. I have no idea. I barely ever get it. Like, okay, should I barely ever get the code? Wait, I've had 7 cups of coffee, right? It might be that. Mostly when I have lots of cups of coffee, then that's what happens. I have no idea. But the weather is quite cool. It's been raining like almost 3 days. Every night it rains so far. And I'm happy about that. Trust me. I'm not complaining. I'm happy. Woo! It's been hot for long. Like, I have like 2 fans, sort of. And they are both on. And I still sweat. That's how hot it is. This game seems like it's going to be over very soon. I think here we have rook to e6. Now you have a rook behind the pass pawn, and then you have the chance of doing something like this. Oh boy. So I think we can move on. We skip Bernard for now. Oh, Diarra didn't. What happened? Yeah, it's a very sad position. I wish all my games happened like that. Like I would win like that. But yeah, not so easy. What is with the repetition of positions? Okay, this is different. Yeah. I was getting pissed off. Slightly different. Okay. Okay. What? Oh, f4. So f4. No f4. I was thinking about this trick. Sicilian 2. It is a Sicilian? Wait, I need to see that. Oh, yes. Okay, well, Everybody's playing Sicilian round 4. I think they had a gentleman's agreement that we should all play Sicilian. Because the Sicilians are a little bit too much. Yeah. Okay. Ah, boy. Oh, it jumped to the back again. Okay. Okay, so we have this whole maneuvering. I mean, I'm impressed with what Black is doing. Okay. Wow. This is the kind of chess you want to see, right? Pawn takes, rook takes. Pins. Pinning is winning. Queen defense. I think the move that's coming in is knight. Nope. Damn. Do we go rook g6 and allow the queen to go to h4 and then pile up with I don't know. He's going for the trade of queens and puts himself in a pin. He has no fear of like e4 at some point with bishop there. Yeah, actually, this is what people are looking for, right? Rook h4, king to g2. It's crazy. Wait, is the point to play like h5, rook g8? Okay. If only those two knights were a bit better than they are now. One of these knights has to move in enjoying the game. We need a knight that can come in here. How many moves can he do it? 1, 2, 3. 3 might be too slow. Okay, so he does go with the h5. And this is the current position. Rook f1. Okay, so we'll spend some time here. Pawn takes is the first thing that comes to mind. Hey Ananaya, you're back. Hey, good to see you. I definitely am. But I streamed for 3.5 hours in the morning. I took a break. I didn't finish streaming completely. I took a break. Did some other worked on some reports. I'll prepare for my lesson tomorrow. By lesson, I mean I'm teaching. I'm not being taught. And then I haven't eaten yet. I took some bread and cheese and another cup of coffee. I might make another one this stream. And yeah, I'm back here. Once I'm done with this, then I'll definitely get something. But mostly when I'm doing streaming these tournaments, I know I'm going to be very unhealthy for a very long time. I should call you Johan or Joanne. Johan or Johan. Or Aya. Wait. Okay. Is it Yuan? Is the J pronounced Y? Is that the Yuan kind of pronunciation, or is it Joan? Like, I'll need clarification on that. So we're expecting rook takes. I prefer the yeah. Funny enough, I do prefer this one because when I actually have to play and think, it's much more involving because you have to think about what's happening on the board actively. Like, you have to think about the good moves. You have to think about the good moves while talking to chat, and that's much more tiresome for me. And since people don't really like the rapid time controls, you have to play blitz, play good time. It's, for me, it's kind of stressful, and I normally get tired by the 5th game. But here I don't really have to think accurately, and I'm allowed to use the engine and nobody's pissed off, right? So it's nice. It's for me, it's more relaxed. It's time consuming and it is kind of tiring, right? It really stresses you out, but I prefer it. I think you'd be right in saying that I prefer it. Yeah. And I think I can even engage more with the chat as compared to when I'm thinking on the board. Oh boy, I don't know where this code is going. Where's my language? I can stop leaving. Pronunciation, Johan. I'm just let me let me Google this. Oh boy. Oh boy, we live in a world. Keeps telling me that the J is provided like a Y, so it might be Yuan. Okay, let's just save ourselves and do Aya, right? I think Aya saves us all, doesn't it? Ah, hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing, bro? Oh, wait. Unless I'm reading this wrong. Unless I'm reading this wrong. You're saying... Wait, is it... I know I am... The reason I'm getting confused because I have a friend called Unique. That's why I'm confused right now. I'm reading it. I know... It's either I know I am unique, or I know I am unique. There's no comma, but it's confusing me because I have a friend called Unique. Okay. No problem. Okay, all the best. So it's I'm going to be confused about this forever. Trust me. I'm going to be confused about this forever. Oh boy. Okay, I think. Oh boy. At this point, we are stuck. At this point, we are definitely stuck. But thanks. I do hope I become viral at some point. That's the best. I mean, but sometimes I do worry about a certain kind of virality. You know, they say fame changes you, and I don't know what will happen with me. But let's see. Let's see. So again, I was still looking at. Wait, what happened here? Oh, I forgot this night existed. I completely forgot this night existed. Okay. How do we add pressure? I do think that black might be better. Oh, this move is not good. Okay. How do we add up here? Or will it be faster to go bishop back and then knight this way? Nah, this guy's taking this. Oh, I think he or she mentioned that they were using the assistant account. So it could be a guy. I mean, Yuan is a guy's name. I am so confused. I'm so confused. I am so confused. This game. Wait, is he going to go bishop check? Doesn't that just help his opponent? Because this is safety. I'm so lost. If this knight ever moves, this is a good idea. Am I missing something here? No, I'm not. He's playing a safety first move of I don't want to leave it to chance. Ah no, his opponent was going to actually play rook takes. Yeah. And then after like knight takes or something, the king takes the rook. How do these knights play a part? That's what I'm looking at. Because at this point, I don't think what he has is enough. I think he needs more. We lost? Yeah, Jeshron lost. Yeah, Jeshron lost. I mean, when we look at that game, it was completely lost for him. Yeah. Okay, it's about to switch. No, it's not. Oh, is this move? No, even if you come in here, isn't this a problem? Maybe not. This is so confusing. Yeah, I'm thinking that black has an edge, but then. Yeah, it says black has a significant edge. So bishop h4, the move I was speaking against, because I was thinking that you help your opponent slowly develop himself towards the... but again, this is a problem. Okay. Because, I don't know, it's looking like White might be getting himself back, but AJ still thinks black is winning. I think you have to find something to do with the knights. Or the knights are just fine considering the fact that this is a... Oh wait, we have rook all the way to h1, right? Doesn't do anything though. It does actually. A funny idea here. Again, I'm just trying to make it work. I don't know what's good here, but let's do something like this. So the bishop can come in there. Let's see here or something. I think it's actually an issue. The infiltration is too easy. So you could defend. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we'll have to come back to this bit. Okay. Everybody's just feeling kettle. I don't know. Is he guys going to draw? He just keeps attacking the queen. He might just draw. But with how he stopped to think, he might just either take here or take here. Take here might be dangerous, who knows? Or he might just try and draw. All plausible. If the opponent goes here, I think it's the same thing. No, it's not, because now if you take, then this. Hey, no problem. Sorcissimo. Thanks for engaging. Ah, boy. Yeah, so how did you finally break through? Yeah, we mentioned the queen coming in here. Capture en passant. He doesn't capture that. Ah, makes sense. Brings threatening checkmate again. Oh. So we just do knight takes. No, rook takes knight. Then knight takes, like, rook takes here because you want to come in this way. It forks the queen and makes a problem for your opponent. So you want to take here first. Bishop takes or whatever takes, and then we come in here. Welcome back, Johan. Or Johan. I'm just gonna. Okay, yeah. Takes, bishop takes with check. King moves, bishop blocks. Then I play bishop takes. There's a reason for knight. The bishop takes. Oh no, he takes it. Why am I blanking out on the most obvious moves? I'm so focused on checkmate. Yeah, and it's completely over. I'm a Uno. Second. Wait. Back. Another aggressive game. Wait, did it jump? Oh. Isn't this the he played e4, right? Yeah. Wait, isn't the Icelandic gambit when you play this rather? I thought it's the Icelandic gambit. Maybe I forget. Okay. Oh boy. What I realized is that when the higher skill players are playing against the weaker players, they play these strange openings. Like, look, the guy, the unrated player is 5 material up, but he's in so much trouble. Okay, wait, he's back. Yeah, he stopped the attack. Yeah, why should be better now? Okay. The attack hasn't stopped. Oh, these guys don't let go easy. I was thinking that white has made his position better, but now it looks, yeah. So white is still slightly better. Yeah. Yeah, I guess attack is not working. White can save the position. I mean, you even have this to force a trade. Actually, no, you can't force the trade there. So maybe just in this, yeah, in this position, you just go queen takes, and then you can try to go for like check here and then stress your opponent out. Oh boy. I mean, you can allow the captures to happen. I'm kind of also looking briefly at king up with this idea in place. But you have to be careful a bit because of like this. Again, not a big deal. Like here, sorry, bishop takes. Where can you find the link? In the chat. To find the link. I don't want to think too much. So king to g2 is second best move, and then we have queen to f3. Oh, fine. All fine ideas. I think that the games will end early today. Everybody's playing very aggressive chess. You are welcome, Johan. But I mean, with this move, is it like you want your opponent to take? But this kind of like forces a reaction. This is not a big deal. Oh, it is. He has to take queen to f3. This is also a possibility. But he has to make a move with the bishop now. He can't just relax willy-nilly. Pawn takes can be played, yeah. And I think the same queen to h1 is the plan here. Either that or queen to e4. With ideas of like knight to g6. And yes, your opponent can pin you with rook d to e8, but I think you're fine. I think you're fine regardless of both lines. Like I'm looking at this and seeing if no, you can't, yeah. Queen takes f4. Oh ho 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 ho, I did not see that. Yeah, trading down into a winning endgame. Don't forget that there's a pawn advantage here. And once the queens are off the board, it's much easier to play the position. That's interesting. So some people saw that. I think that's a quicker way to end it. I don't know about like takes here. This one is also a good idea. But my point is, if this ever happens, I don't know. He definitely sees this, I'm sure. That's an interesting structure, but white looks better. Wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, white is better here. Yes, I see all the pressure here, but it feels like white can do more. Feels that is not the case, but yeah. Or that may not be the case, but yeah. So do we have this now? Threatening the background. Queen can come into block, but that doesn't work, right? Unless queen comes in, no, that still doesn't work. Is it black? Whose turn is it to move? It's white, yeah. So isn't this just enough? No, it's not. What is bad about this? What can our opponent do about this to stop us? No, that is. Knight to g6. I was thinking that we can keep bringing pieces in. Maybe I'm fine. So it's like now that you've pinned your opponent or you've kept your opponent stuck there, you want to start moving like a4, a5. That's what's recommending here. Yeah, queen d4 is what I recommended. It's the second best move. But a4 is where the idea is at. That looks more like a human move. That looks more like the human move. Wait. What? Oh, wait, it's not. Oh, okay, this is not what happened. Alright. Yeah, this is not what happened. So he hasn't made a move yet. I thought he had made a move. Ah, now I know why that move is being made. Okay. Give me a second. So he did play queen d4. Yeah. He did play queen d4. I thought his opponent played something else, which was like a little worried. Oh, I mean, not all games take such an aggressive, such a like difficult to understand form. Some games are also very simple to understand from that level. I think if you watched any of my games, you wouldn't think it's that advanced. And some of them are games like very short. Yeah, so not all chess games take that crazy form. I think this may be a draw. Bishops of the same color. Oh, now it's a different story. I think It feels like a game you played. I think. Again, I'm not sure because black can also do exactly the same thing. And for example, if you like try and do this might be a problem. Yeah. I don't see a way black can make progress. I see, sorry. This is the way black can make progress, right? And then pawn push. But if white can somehow, it's not this. That might just be winning for him. It's drawn. I'm trying to squeeze water out of stone here. Oh, I think it's impossible. Okay, so you could play bishop here. Okay, they are just both holding. Then the kings will just draw the position, right? Because you come in here, I come in here, you come in here, I come in here. Wait, that's... Yeah, then the bishop starts moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Give me a second. Um, where's my mute? I don't know. I was thinking this move is a mistake. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking that here. Okay, so I was wrong. I was thinking that here you go in this way, and this is fine because your opponent may not be able to. Oh, he can get back in time. Pawn push is actually going to be losing, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's just drawn. I mean, even though it's draw, even though it's draw, I think that there's chances for mistakes. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. Right? It might just end up being a whole bishops moving back and forth. But I don't know. I feel like somebody can make a mistake at some point. White is going for the initial idea I was looking at, which is trying to get here. But you can see that what black is doing is that if you keep pressing, I'm going to start like taking stuff here. Yeah, so anytime the pressure comes in, then he's going to just resign to defending. Anytime he can't make a king move, he's going to make a pawn. Sit board is interesting. Okay, I mean, we can go back again. Let me just look at what happens with Bernard. I skipped his game. Okay, so Bernard's, according to the engine, is having a decent position. Let's go back. Where did we leave his game? No, sorry. That's why it doesn't look familiar. Okay, so so he took, played okay, so yeah, sorry. Okay. What was I thinking about here? Wait, so then why? Did he want his opponent to do that? It would seem he wanted his opponent to do this because... What? We saw this in another game and it worked. Okay, you're already up a piece, so you can give up one, right? Exactly. Huh. Rather. Wow. I don't know if I would ever play this move. Actually, I would definitely play that move. Interesting. That's crazy. Huh. This game could either end in a draw or Bernard's win. I think Bernard is calculating queen here. Or queen here. No, I don't think queen here is plausible. I think it's queen here that he's calculating. Then knight comes in this way. That's interesting. This is not an easy position. And I mean, at some point, you might have to add your king to the defender. This knight is going to be very annoying. And I think they get increment at 40 moves, so I don't know. We can switch this up. For now, we can leave the defense to the bishop and the rook. And the reason I say that is if the queen leaves the defense, for example, bishop takes, the next piece that's capturing is the queen. And since that's detrimental, it's not going to happen. So you don't necessarily need 3 defenders. Okay, this allows this, but I don't know. Why would he allow this? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and see this is what he wants to go for. I know it doesn't sit well with me. Doesn't sit well with me. I don't get it. Engine likes it. I don't get it. Rook c4 is the second best move. Queen d7 was the actual best move. I wouldn't even consider. Okay, queen d7 just attacks a4. But what does it do beyond that? The reason I understand queen d7 is also not just because it attacks this pawn, is that it makes it difficult for this. No, it doesn't actually. Well, I'm just dreaming up positions now. Okay, so I don't know. So let's go back and see. So number 1, Nigerian. This is what you mean by it was easy for you to understand. You said game board 6, right? Oh, Kennedy, that's my man right there. So what happened here? We left the game at what move? Yeah, we're waiting for him to play g4, but he didn't play g4. After b4, he didn't play g4. No, he played g4. I remember he played g4. Oh, and his opponent played the best fool, which is knight to b4, which I did not understand. He plays this, which stops it. Okay, so I did not think about that at all. I did not think it was even plausible. King takes, puts the pin. Takes. Bishop comes in. Now he goes for the fork. Intermezzo move. He takes. He evaluates that the pawn is more... I mean, of course, because if you allow this guy to take here, your king side is becoming extremely weak. He takes d5. Rook takes. Pawn takes. Queen takes. And I won't be shocked if the engine is like, oh, white is just better here. Oh, for once it's not. Minus 0.5, which isn't so bad. It means that black has chances to counterattack. Rook takes c4 ideas here. And then this. Kennedy, you have a lot of work to do. You should have played the London. I actually texted him that he should play the London system. And he told me that he has to refer for the next round, so I had to stop disturbing him. Understandable. So I don't think there's going to be another aggressive move immediately. Oh wait, actually this is something that can be played. So we are looking at this. Knight can defend, but that just like... I don't think you want to see this. So here. It's plus 2.0? Wait, what? No. You need to change your engine. But it's actually 0.0. Yeah, it's not so bad. It's scary, like... Engine doesn't have emotions, but it's a scary thing to think about. Or are you using Sessi? And Sessi is like 2.0. If you're using Sessi, Sessi might give a different evaluation. Oh, before I looked at this, sorry. Do I remember this position? I don't remember this position. Okay. So here it looks like black is on the offensive and white is defending here. That's how it looks. How does white create any chances for himself? Because it looks like he's playing defense here. This move encourages the captures, I think. And maybe after these sets of threes, he's fine. I don't know. Angel is like king to each one. Or knight to b3. Okay. But yeah, it does support black. Let's look at the defending champions game. I think we looked at this, right? You gotta go. It's 11. Damn. Hey, nice to meet you too as well. Ah. So now I know the gender. You just gotta go, bro. You don't normally hear girls saying that. Yeah. And in case you're wondering why I was thinking about the profile picture is that of I think that's the friend or something. This channel is still 100% male. I checked the statistics one time. It's 100% male. Okay. I think where do I remember this position from? I do remember this. Okay. Oh boy. I can't not get this move because I was thinking that you'd want to put the knight on this square rather. I don't know. Oh, okay. Welcome. He said, of course I'm a boy. Hey, don't worry, one day you get one. I mean, I didn't use a phone until I was 16. So yeah, I was not allowed to until I was 16. Oh boy. Because I was bought a phone, but I wasn't allowed to touch until I was done with junior high. And I think even after junior high, I wasn't allowed to use it. I remember I think I had my first phone. Yeah, I had my first phone after senior high, yeah. If I recall. I think I had my first phone after senior high. I think so. Yeah, after senior high. Yeah, cause 16, yeah. 16 after senior high, yeah. So makes sense. Anyways, we'll see you next stream. I mean, that's tomorrow, so it's not a big deal. Oh boy. Oh, I mean, I can't envy anymore. Right now, with how the world and technology is, it's expected, right? It's definitely expected. Anyways, yeah. Good night. We'll meet when we meet. Hope your sister doesn't spank you. Ah, that was a nice one. That was a nice crack. Boy. Oh, okay. That's fine. I won't respond anymore so that you can get some sleep. It's 11 p.m. If I respond, you have to respond again, so. Okay, that's cool. That came from left field. Alabukan or Alabakan. I'm really struggling. Or just Allah or Ayla or Allah. Welcome to the stream. Cool? What's cool? The game? God is cool. I mean, that's cool. Ah, well. You mentioned God 3 times, bro. Or is it that thing where your internet just decides to press the same thing 3 times or something like that? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what to do in this position, and this came from left field for me. I do not think this was plausible or possible. Or no, it still doesn't do anything. Like queen here with the knight coming in here still doesn't do anything. And the rooks could come in here. Again, it might not be that scary, but yeah. Hello? Yeah, hello. How you doing? If this pawn didn't exist, this may have been a nice thing. Actually, no, even if it didn't exist, the bishop exists, so yeah. If I was playing white, what would I do? I could play this and counter with this. Then go h4, takes, and then I come in here. I don't know, that just seems too far-fetched. I still do believe that the knight coming in here is a very decent idea. I wonder. Nah, that doesn't work. It's very difficult for me to find an idea here. I can't imagine what it's like for Olapite. Lapite Oluwadorotimi. Plus 0.4. h3 is the move. Queen f2 is also a move. Bishop f2 is also a move. But it much prefers bishop f2 and then h3. Okay. But that's like crazy. It's very, I don't know. It looks tough. But Adapo is winning, right? G4 can't be played now. Alright. G4 can be played now.